There's a nice Jacob's ladder. Do you recognise it? Tumbling blocks. Usual thing. You bend it like that and then suddenly flip flop like magic. Extraordinary, isn't it? This one's particularly colourful. So let's look at the front, shall we? It's a troop of monkeys all hanging from each other's tails and holding onto the branch at the top. What happens when you flip it? Oh my! Suddenly a giraffe with a long neck, and that reminded me to start looking for giraffe toys in my collection. So I like the idea of this one, going from a troop of monkeys into a giraffe with a long, tall neck. Let's see what other toys have I got which show the giraffe. Well, here's two I bought much more recently. They're both actually tape measures, would you believe? Very nicely designed. This one, for instance, has got a little click, 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 and it's one of those cloth ones, and when you squeeze it back it goes, but because it's made of cloth, it won't exactly, well, it's a bit of a droopy neck. You know, let's take one more click, and it's got a very droopy neck, even more, and oh yes. But when I squeeze it, boom, back it goes, that's good. The other one, by contrast, is made of a steel tape measure, so this one does actually stay up very nicely. When you do like that, there's a little switch at the back to lock it in position. I've got to get it locked, we are. And now he's sitting very happily like that. Of course, it made me think, well, how far can you go? Because these type of measures which have a curve to them are actually very stable, and you can take it a long way up. Let's see if it'll actually support something as tall as that, which I've got to make sure that's locked in position. I think it's just about going to stay up. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Wonderful, wonderful. So when I pull the trigger, it's going to flop down at a high speed. Here we go. Boom. Wow. Marvellous. Let's do it one more time because it's such a nice effect there. Squeeze that to hold it. It clicks and clicks like that. And it probably goes a bit higher still. Let's be ambitious and take it up even higher and see if that's still stable. Ooh, you've got to lock, otherwise it won't hold. That's just about there, on the limit. Ooh, look at that. Woo! What a piece. And now we'll flip it down. Woof! Wonderful. Excellent. Well done, boys. Very useful too, because they are genuine tape measures, so you can use them for other things. Here's another giraffe. Well, he's in actually a little elastic band of animals, different animals. But here's the giraffe which I'm interested in. Yellow, of course. Put the other ones away. He doesn't look very, very strong on that background, so let's try putting him on the next toy, which is a charming little three-dimensional jigsaw. Let's put him here where you can see him more clearly. There we are. That's a giraffe. So this one I made a slight error when I bought this because I didn't realise it's in two parts. You have to actually buy two eggs. The first egg gave you the baby giraffe, this is a baby, and the second one gave you a tall giraffe, the mother one, standing upright like that. Well, I've got to go back to the shop now and see if I can find it. So we'll see what happens. Put that aside. And this is very, very nicely done because it sits there so happily, and there's four little pins there to place the feet of the mother giraffe, who then bends over it and looks like something like this when it's done. There's the mother giraffe bending over her neck to inspect and appreciate and love her little baby. So very nicely done, but I've got to get back to the shop and have a go at getting the whole piece. So let's put it away. This is very, very neatly done. Its pieces feel nice and firm and plasticky, and they all slip into here, and then the whole piece is packed away. I would like to get the mother into the act as well sometime or other. So they are. Boom. Good one. And the last one is one which is the earliest one I got. This is a long time ago, a Danish product, which is still available, I gather. The only thing is it's about 30, 40 years old, so it's lost its little black horns. You know, that giraffes have little horns on the top. This is a wonderful bit of chaotic magnetic motion, because when I make the bigger one go like this, I'll hold it nice and firmly at the base. What's going to happen, do you think, to the other two pieces? They're starting to swing. The middle one's slowing down now. It's going through the air, so it's getting a bit of, oh, look at that. Now the one's coming to join it. Why is that? And the other one's doing something else? Oh, my. Well, the answer, of course, is it's magnets. In the back of the neck here, I'll show you in a minute, are little magnets, and they're interfering with each other as they get close. Suddenly, this one's taking off. Extraordinary, isn't it? Let's do it from the side as well, and I'll make it very still to start with. Let's do this one here to begin with and see what happens when I do this. In a minute he'll slow down, and the middle one's trying to sort of follow in, but he can't get in there quickly enough. He's got to wait for the first one to slow down a bit. And this one's hardly moved at all. It's just darting back and forward. Yes. Oh, now it's working. So wonderful bit of chaotic motion produced by having nice quality spring steel for the neck of the giraffes and magnets tucked away behind the necks, at the back of the head, which then interfere with each other magnetically as they get close, going at the right speed and the right distance from each other, and they make lots and lots of very strange chaotic movements. Wonderful, very nice indeed. I think the best way actually to start it is with the single one in the middle. When that slows down, it does the best. I'll take my hand away this time and just let it. It's rocking a bit now, but it's going to do its bit of chaotic magnetic motion as it's slowing down. This is still available. It was a design chap in Denmark who came up with this about 30 years ago. And I'm glad to say, although he's passed on now, the company's still making this, which is super. There we are. So there we are, giraffes and more of them. Perhaps there's some more to come too.